evening, everybody. Welcome to the Mrs. Best Reviews channel. Let's welcome in James from the Watch Your Mouth Reviews channel, our regular co-host. Good evening.
Hey, everybody. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Show my girls some love.
Please do. There's also a link in the description to James's channel. We do lots of shows together on our channel, so be sure to subscribe to his. There's also a link for Shayna's channel. Just support anybody Black.
I'm just saying at this point.
I do apologize. I am a couple days late with this recap. I've been unusually busy. So I apologize, you guys. I am a full-time graduate student. I also work full-time, and I have other stuff happening. So I'm doing the best I can, but I appreciate everybody, including James, for being patient. So yay.
Yay, yeah. Girl, do you? We know you got a lot going on. That ain't nothing for you to be explaining. We know you got a busy life.
Oh, yeah, something's gonna have to give though, because there's busy and then there's. I
feel like that too sometimes. It's just funny you said
something don't have to give.
Yeah. I need to strike it rich some kind of way where I could be at home full time and doing this and going to school, or something else got to give.
Yeah,
I feel like that all the time.
Let's play the lotto. Click our heels 3 times.
Oh, Lord Jesus. I pray every day I win. I promise you I do. I pray every day that I win. I'm like, Lord, please put it in my path. I am ready for it. I promise you I am, and I will do great things with it.
Well, hello to you, Shani. Welcome in. She said, yo. You are always the first. I appreciate the continued support, too. It means a lot. She said, I'm here, been waiting and chilling and smoking, just waiting for you. That means that she'll be ready to smile. I'm going to stop smoking, Shani. I've been trying. It's a slow progress, but, it's better to have tried and failed than to never have tried at all.
Yeah, true.
That's what they say. Someday, after the inflation, maybe. Hi, Nakia. I hope I said that right. Welcome in, y'all. We are going to get into this Basketball Wives episode. Before we do, apparently my words hurt the feelings of people who are relevant as it relates to the show, aka Chantel Christie, since I know that she now watches. She has blocked me. I didn't do nothing to her, but it's okay. I get it. Sensitive family topics, but it just further proves my point. If you don't have thick skin, what the hell you doing in the limelight or the entertainment industry or any industry of arts if your skin ain't so thick? Just saying.
I just don't understand. Ma'am, you are on a national syndicated reality TV show, and there are YouTubers who have said way worse, including myself, that I feel like you have way too much time on your hands if you are really sitting up there blocking people and doing what you're doing. Because are you doing that to all the YouTubers who said some crazy things about you? Because trust me, that laundry list who are recapping the show is very long.
It is, and nobody seems to really be fully on Chantel's side. People empathize with her, but I also want her to understand, since I know that she's watching, we comment on what we see on the show. And if you don't want me to comment and you want me to shut the fuck up, then take you and your mama's neck and raise up off the show.
I'm trying to tell you.
And I think that's the comment that I made that she didn't like, because I've been pretty understanding. But she does have the same neck as her mom. If that's offending you, then go to therapy. If you give me 3 years, Chantel, I'll give you a discount. That's how we'll do it.
Give me 3 years, I will give you a discount. Girl, you is too much for me.
I'm a nice person, and I'm going to stick to the oath and help all people unbiasedly. I'm not tripping. But I was like, that's weird. So, and to any of her minions or burn accounts that are in my DM, I hope you go away. But if you don't, that's okay. I'll give you a discount too. Let's see here. Who out there crying in the, not little baby feelings. Not the big ass bowl.
And see, and that's another thing. Like, do you know how many YouTubers like crank down on? We ain't said nothing about that. You know how many YouTubers have been clowning her about that? Like, she got the gall. I hope she's going after everybody. I hope she's going after everybody, because if she's going after everybody, then fine. But don't just selectively just go after YouTubers, especially ones who have less followers and the ones who actually is getting at your ass. That's crazy to me. That's crazy
It's
to me. I
okay.
still can't wrap my
It's
mind around
okay.
it. Like, it's
It's
so
totally
crazy.
fine. It's
I
all right.
know you better than me.
But I'm too busy to give a fuck, unfortunately. That's what happens when you don't grow up rich. I'm sorry. That's
Yes,
but this
yes.
episode was kind of weird. It was all over the place. Ming tried to redeem herself, y'all. Ming did not work out in her redemption. I'm just looking at the episode. Like, half of the ladies are coming off as haters who are bored, who need the check. The other half of them, or few of them, or person, I'm just annoyed with this cast. But Jennifer's making a movie. I'm going to hell. That's why they don't like me. Okay.
Oh, Jesus, it's too early to be laughing like this already. But go ahead, Jennifer. We support it, dear. Go ahead and do you.
And we gonna leave it there. We just
Yeah,
gonna leave it there. I just had to
that's
say that because I'm like, Jen, you told us you was making a documentary, but you were really an episode out of an MTV show that has since been canceled. And I want her to let go of this because she doesn't do anything different, not the voiceover. She speaks just how she always speaks. I just don't see acting for Jen. I'd rather her be like a model. Go do that. She's Barbie. But we also get to see Chantel with her child, the youngest baby, Noah, I believe his name is. So she came on the show showing that she wants her child to grow up in the entertainment industry. She's actively working to get him headshots. We've seen her do that. It looks like she's got the boy in some modeling. Let me tell you this, when it comes to babies, they do what they want to do. We just be putting them in cute clothes and stuff for that. But I'm kind of weirded out because, and this is, I'm not trying to come for Chantel. I'm really not. But don't you all find it a little bit strange that you paint your childhood as being horrible because of having to keep up with public satisfaction and things like that? One of the things she complained about in her childhood was being a child that grew up in the industry. So if you view it as so bad, then why would you then put your child into it? At least Jackie waited until you could walk and talk before you got into it. And I'm just like, I always feel a way, like even looking at the babies on the little Gerber bottles and all of that, like this child can't walk, talk, or eat solids, and you got them working. What did you say, James?
I didn't say anything.
Oh, Lord, probably hearing stuff. But I just found that to be weird. Did you want to comment on Chantel or Jen's scene before I move forward?
As long as she's not so sensitive, yeah, I'll comment on it. But
Oh Lord.
no, but I agree with you. I feel like, to me, you're complaining about your mother and your experiences being a kid in the industry. I mean, I get it's different, modeling versus basketball and entertainment and sports, but at the same time, it's all relative because it's still some spotlight. So are you doing this as a form? Because to me, I feel like parents who do this end up turning into Kim Zolciak or Mama June, where, essentially you're taking proceeds from your children. I feel like that's why parents do this. It's only so many parents that, will still work their regular job while their kids are auditioning and putting their money up. Like, there was very few parents who did it. So are you doing this with the full authenticity that you're not trying to come up off of your child, or are you doing this to get them a leg up? I'm just wondering. Inquiring minds just want to know.
She has to understand, like, based on her dating history, the fact that she grew up the way she grew up, what they call it, Nepo babies or whatever. Like, she has to understand people are going to look at her with a side eye, like, you're trying to keep your kid in this industry that you also are crying all over the internet, claiming this industry that you want your kid in has destroyed your family, your childhood, all this crazy stuff. And it's interesting that even Jackie's oldest daughter, she's only speaking out because of the things Chantel is saying and doing. She's not come at Jackie or said anything further about Jackie. And then Dougie, the younger baby, is still willing to answer the phone and deal with her. So that tells me that, yes, Jackie may have made several mistakes and is probably a effed up mama. Yes. However, I feel like Chantel is trying to take the intensity and brutality of what her older sibling went through and put that on her. I don't feel like she went through that. I really just don't. I feel like she went through things and probably felt pressure to be perfect growing up in the industry, as her child will feel from her doing it. But I just don't think she went through something so bad. And I don't think any of us, myself included, can really judge the true relationship of Chantel and Jackie, because they show us what they want to show us. And we know that Jackie's animated, and I don't trust Chantel. I just don't. I feel like she has an agenda with who she married, with that baby, and now even with coming on this show. And I don't like people who are that calculated. It's concerning.
I agree with that wholeheartedly.
But Jackie ain't perfect. Jackie ain't shit, y'all. I can't lie. But let's see here. Brittany and Denise, they had a scene. Apparently Brittany's struggling to find matches, dating, probably because you're a Muslim with a spider tattooed on your neck. Just saying, Britt. Do you want to add anything to Brittany and Denise's whatever that was?
I just find it just interesting that, because isn't that religion supposed to be, God is supposed to seek out your man. You're not supposed to be out here,
yes,
dating that religion. Okay, I thought so, because I was like, that confused me as well, because I was like, well, aren't you supposed to wait on Allah? That's the whole point of you being the one. Like, aren't you supposed to wait on that? Like, I'm just asking. Because I never knew them to go out there and proactively. I've never known a Muslim woman to actually go out. Oh, I can't even speak because I'm so flustered with her scene. I've never seen that before. Like, any experience I've had in the native Islam, I've always known those women to wait for their man. I've never seen this before.
I don't know, James. Well, it's a good time to go through the comments. We welcome Din Shada. I'm glad you're here. Shada might be going live at 7:30. I got a notification. She said, no, Jim was doing a voice over on how not to and how to get scammed. Oh, Lord. Child, I live by the freeway, like literally right by the freeway. And I'm noticing since we've moved here, I'm always like hearing little sounds and stuff. At first, I was like, maybe I'm going crazy. But when you live like by a main street or by the freeway, you're always hearing stuff.
I feel like I need to get a silencer, headphone, and mic situation in here. The only problem that I have is those are relatively expensive. So I'm like, damn.
Yeah, they are.
Y'all gonna have to give me a minute.
Lord help us. All dogs make mistakes, all of us. That's true. Jackie made some that were like,
I feel like she made them that were like extremely detrimental. Like, that's, I mean, yeah, no parent is perfect. Totally get that. But at the same time, I feel like the things her daughter was saying about the things that Jackie was doing, I think it goes above and beyond detriment. Like, I think it goes above and beyond, like, you are punishing your child. A lot of times when mothers do that, it's because they don't like the father that you come from. And when they see you, they look at him. A lot of the time it's psychological. That's where that usually comes from. And from what we understand about Jackie's past, I'm not sure if Takari's father was the man who did it, but she was in an abusive relationship. She spoke about that publicly on the show before Doug. So I don't know if that's punishment to her for her father. I don't know. I honestly don't. I'm not trying to speculate that or put that kind of energy out there. But what I'm saying is that there's always some really insane reason to why Jackie would do something like that. I'm just saying.
I agree. We're going to keep talking about Jackie. We see Jackie's working on this doggone talk show. I just cannot take Jackie seriously for nothing. When it comes to business, Let's go all the way back to when we first met Jackie, when it was Basketball Wives LA. And she was supposed to have that weird ass cognac because she always has some drink that she was supposed to create. Where is that? What happened to Jackie's? What was it? Cognac or whiskey? Something like that. That was choking all the women when they tried to take a light little sip. I said, we don't see Jackie do that. Let that go. Now she moved on to this talk show idea. James, Jackie is forever changing careers. I just don't take her seriously as it relates to business. I just don't. I can't see Jackie doing much business wise outside of her, like maybe brand deals that she's probably getting from social media. But she's truly a basketball wife because I just can't take her seriously. The talk show felt like a plagiarized Wendy Williams of some sort. It was very strange. But she wanted to do something with the women for a segment with dating. How do you think that will go?
Horrible. I think to me, I would never, first off, I wouldn't think Jackie would know anybody that would be even remotely my type. So for me to go to her for a chance at love, I just think the only way I would idolize that is that I'm looking at her situation with Doug, which I have 101 questions on that. I do. So I just don't think I would do it based on my 101 questions and based on the fact that I don't really think she knows anybody that would even be remotely anything I would go after. Because I would think anybody she would bring to me is just as wacky and crazy as she is. And I don't need that.
Agreed. Agreed. I just don't take it seriously, but you know, it is what it is. We shall keep it moving, y'all. Brandy's also focused on her business. That was like the first half of this episode. Everyone showcasing their businesses, which I can kind of respect. But Brandy made a comment that irritated me. She says, if her relationship's going to work, it will work. But if it won't, it won't. Okay, Brandy. At this point, we don't care. And I want her to stop talking about her relationship, her ex, if he becomes her ex. I just want her to maybe just focus on her businesses because it's tired. And I did agree with Brandy's statement. The group does judge her harder than others, but as a Gemini, I can relate. When we saying something we don't agree with or see fault in something, we're going to tell you bluntly usually. Sometimes people can accept it. Other times people get offended. I do think Brandy needs to work on delivery, but good for her with her seasonings. James, how'd you feel about her scene?
That restaurant owner was fine.
Cracking up.
That's all I'm gonna say. I know we ain't there yet, but that's how much I don't care.
It was weird. A lot of these felt like filler scenes in the beginning. A lot of it we did not care for. Shani said Jackie don't need no talk show. As soon as guests get rude and nasty or bring up her kids in a bad way, she gonna try and fight.
Well, and in that situation, I would hope people would not do that, you know, in terms of her business. But I understand why people. Here's the thing: I would understand why people will be reserved or have reservations on Jackie finding them someone, or Jackie being on a talk show, or because I don't think Jackie's going to give, like y'all said, full authenticity. But I don't even think it's so much that you should bring up her daughters. I just think Jackie, what is Jackie going to discuss that is in relevant times appropriate? Because all Jackie talks about is things that are sexual or how things make her feel or what tickles her on the inside and things. We don't care about that. What other things can you talk about on this show?
Jackie and people, this is not shade, but she does not have a talent. I've not seen her sing. I've not seen her write. I've not seen her do much. And I think that's why she just dives into these like random business deals. And I do think to be a talk show host requires some type of talent, which a lot of people don't recognize, but it just does. It absolutely does.
I agree.
But
it goes to show when you want to have a talk show, you have to learn how to speak in the terms that it gravitates an audience. I don't believe Jackie has that. I think she's way too controversial. And I think she has certain particulars in people that will cause her to almost be divisive with having that as a field that she wants to go into. And to me, when you're in that field, you have to be open to all walks of life. You can't just be selective in the things that you don't want to talk about or you don't want to be about. And I think that that's what she will do. And that's why I feel it won't work. I just like the other businesses did not work because I felt like one, she doesn't construct well. Everything has to be on her terms. Everything has to be rendered and everything, I don't think she puts up enough money to do things. Like I feel like the cognac thing, it's expensive to make. And I feel like it wasn't selling. So she stopped making it because why waste the money like that? She's even publicly said on the show that she has gotten into business ventures and lost a lot of money. She said that of her own mouth. I forgot what season that was, but she sure did say
it. Yeah, that's true. And nothing's wrong with that, but that's why I wish she would just be a wife, please. But moving forward, y'all, Ming, Jackie, Evelyn, and Brittany Renner, whatever the hell her name is, they meet up and they discuss Jackie leaving the charity event that Evelyn put on in the last episode. And it's crazy that they don't see that they are negative, or they see it and they refuse to acknowledge it. Just because this woman is not Mother of the Year doesn't give them the right to just consistently laugh at her, talk about her, and any beef they have, they bring up her parenting. Like, I'm really tired of Ming. I'm tired of Evelyn. Tired of Brittany Renner. Don't know why she came back. I'm just sick of it. But they move on to discuss Ty and Ming. And this is where Ming lets everybody know that she told Ty that she has a boyfriend because she felt like Ty was not respecting her boundaries of them just being friends. But in my opinion, Ming is manipulating everybody to see it that way as she hops from dick to coochie, from coochie to dick, from dick to dick to dick, maybe back to coochie and onward and upward, and God knows whatever direction, which is her business. But I don't like how Ming moves. I've said that since we've seen her. We also refer to her on here because of James as the Javelina pig. Google it, look at Ming, you'll see it. I don't know. I just feel like Ming is being messy with that because what I saw between their interactions was Ming giggling, flirting, joking with her. I saw Ming crossing her own boundaries and then getting mad when Ty pick up on those signals. You know how Ty's going to move. You understand it. This is a little bit too much. You're on a show together. So, like, don't make it seem like somebody is stalking you or any of that. But Ty invites Ming and them talk about the little Jackie thing and the type of men. Ev says she don't like nobody until at all. But we know that Evelyn doesn't like you until she sees what your bank account has. But I thought that was weird with Ming. How did you feel about it, James?
It was weird. It's because why do you feel you need to get the one up on your ex? Or why do you feel the need? Like, because to me, it was weird that her objective is for Ming is to make sure she's not looked as like the one who gets left behind. It's really weird that she has that personality trait. Because it's like, okay, I get you want her to hurt, but it's odd. That's the realm you go through. And as far as Evelyn not liking people, and Evelyn doesn't. Ugh, I cannot talk today. Evelyn doesn't like herself. Evelyn doesn't love herself because people who love themselves don't put themselves in predicaments like Evelyn does for a lackluster check or however much they get on Basketball Wives. Does anybody know? Is it more than Bravo? I just want to know. Just that. So I don't really care, to be honest with you, when it comes about Evelyn, because I feel like for me, she's going to be who she is, and she's always been, at least she's consistent. That's what I would give Evelyn. At least she's consistent. Who she was on the first season of Basketball Wives Miami, she is here today.
Yeah, Evelyn hasn't really grown. I don't honestly think that she ever will, but hey, it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Shani said maybe Jackie could talk about that. She's been married for a couple of decades. She must be doing something right. Don't be fooled. No married person is allowing people to know what's really going on in the marriage. that you could think is good, but it's really fucking great. You could be thinking it's great and it's really freaking bad. And Jackie and Doug are of a generation that kept stuff at home, kept their business, their business. So
Yes.
I don't think that they have a healthy marriage. There's no way for them to, with the relationship between Jackie and Chantel. If the marriage is still healthy after that, I she switched him back and forth from dick to fingers. I can't. Oh Lord. Yeah, Evelyn's had no growth. She just like to make people think she has, and then she run off TV, so we can't see that she's still the same. That's all.
Yeah.
Even when she was on the Yanla, she did a couple of different. Evelyn's done a couple of like self-help therapeutic shows, and she's a person that worries me because she can get into that mode and get emotional and make you think that she's going to change and then just never do it. And that's scary to me.
Right.
I don't trust people who move like that or have
well,
the ability.
It's one of those situations where it's not only is it scary, but it's like your accountability and results of it is non-existent. If we're looking at the optic of, let's say when she went on Iyanla, her optic was to express, my husband is out there wilding, but I'm going to stay with him because it's better to stay in this marriage and have somebody than to really be authentic with myself and be alone if that's what it takes. She moves that way in life, and it also shows on this show. I know to stay on the show, I need to cause controversy. So whether that's getting in someone else's business that may render them harm, I'm going to do so because I need to make sure that my check from VH1 is consistently here. So by all means, even if that makes me look like an asshole, even if that, bothers the world and people on YouTube talk about me like a dog, I'm still going to do it because it keeps me relevant.
That makes sense.
How she thinks. That's how she thinks.
You can tell she definitely cares to be relevant because the way she moves. Because where she's from and how Evelyn grew up, Evelyn knows if let's say she didn't get famous and had to stay in the neighborhood she was from, she couldn't act like this. She'd be fighting left and right. So, but moving forward, y'all, we see Brandy has partnered with Joyce, which is a soul food restaurant in LA, very upscale, nice place, good food, and great reviews, and Black owned. I love it. But
very handsome.
We're going to see her have a little pop-up. Basically, Joyce is going to take their food and they're going to cook it with seasonings that Brandy has made. Good for her. This Ming, you talking about Brandy being a cook and not being able to cook and all of that. Where's your deal like this that you could show on TV? I don't understand it. But moving forward, we're just letting y'all know of that because they're going to get to the pop-up. Jennifer, Jackie, and Ty meet up. And this is where Jennifer exposes that Ming lied about being in a relationship to Ty. And Ty doesn't seem to care because she's like, you make it seem like I'm pressed or like I couldn't move on. I'm not tripping if you make it clear. And I do feel like Ming sent mixed signals, but I feel like Ming did that on purpose. Don't trust no bitch with a BBL like that. I'm gonna just give it to y'all 100% honest. She got the face of a javelina pig, and her rear end don't match the rest of her. And I don't understand all of this, but I like that Ty kept it cool. How'd you feel, James?
I also like that she kept it cool. I like that she really was not, pressed about her not lying about the situation or not really even giving it the time of day, because most people would have been angry, like if they really cared about the person. Most people would have been angry. Most people have been like, how dare you waste my time? How dare you try to put this on me and try to make me jealous about them lying to me? And that just shows the care. Like, she really was impressed about it. That's how I know, one, Ty be bullshitting on the low. And she really don't care, and she really be a womanizer like we think she is. But then also in the same breath about it, though, I kind of feel like she shouldn't care. So her reaction was, correct as far as how she should take it. That's how I feel.
They only dated for 9 months. It sounds like it wasn't that serious most of the time. and they only talked about getting serious after they both stepped down on each other. So I'm tired of it. Ming needs to do better. Clearly, Ming lives in Atlanta and needs to call her good friend Rashida or Candy to get the hookup. That's how Akbar B got on Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Her cousin Candy. Call somebody. Because I don't think Ming blends with this cast. The one basketball person that we know of that she's dated, she was only with for 9 months. Like, that don't mean nothing. But side note, the view in Brandy's room, Airbnb, whatever that was, great view of the city. But we get to Jackie's dating show. This was ridiculous. This was pretty much telling us what Jackie watches on YouTube. Pop the balloon. Look, that's all this was. There are so many content creators doing pop the balloon. Do something different. Do something your own. But Jackie, she could have made it unique in some way. I didn't understand why Denise was there. She comes with negativity, talking about she's showing up so that she could spy on Jackie, which is stupid. But Denise is a stupid follower. Why did you show up here with the intention to spy and not because you actually want to be there? How do you expect to build relationships when the women that you're cool with will leave? I don't see Chantel lasting on this show. I don't see Brittany Renner staying on this show either. They have nothing to talk about. If you really look at it, Brittany Renner's storyline is played out, done with her mom, working, all of that. She won't talk about what people want to know about, which is the fake ass Muslim beliefs. I don't believe that girl for 1 second is truly into Islam. I'm just annoyed with the new people, so we'll see. We'll see. She came so she could get a scene and a check for the day. It's like, if you're going to hate on somebody so tough, I just wish Denise would, like, if Jackie did something to one of the women, fine. But Denise is not really close and was introduced late. So I'm not understanding the energy that she's having. It's just weird. It's weird. It's very weird.
Not only is it weird, but it's also, for me, kind of one of those situations where it's like, are you trying to make sure you come back for a second season? Is this why you're acting like such a, internet stalker, or is this how you regularly move?
No,
I just want to know.
Stalker.
Because, well, what other purpose does she have to be there other than filming this show? Like, if you don't like this lady, and you made it very clear to the audience, and you made it very clear to yourself that you do not like this lady, then what is your purpose of being here then? Like, what is it? Because
I don't understand it. Then you say you're not desperate and that you don't want a man. But what it gave when she was standing there was, I don't care what they look like, you'll get it if you have money. I don't trust this Denise chick at all.
I don't even. There's something about her that gives, like, kind of like misconcepted Angel Brinks talking about she's on her own, but realistically, we know how your startup happened. So I'm not going to go there with y'all.
Y'all. And then the dating got weirder, y'all, because Jackie made sure that all of the women available for Ty were non-monogamous, meaning these are women who are into polyamory, open relationships, things of that nature. I understand Ty is a player, but I also feel like if you dating, you allowed to be that. If Ty was a man, nobody would have nothing to say.
Right.
Nobody would have nothing to say, gay or straight. But because she's a woman, you got to get her a bunch of non-monogamous women, which is ridiculous, Jackie. So after the segment, Evelyn mentions how she was not invited to Brandy's pop-up because they're all talking about it. And I need Evelyn to understand that Brandy's never going to bow down to you. Brandy has been battling with Shawnee and her minion, aka her bottom bitch, Miss Evelyn. Brandy has been battling with them since she came on this show, was dismissed and thanked for her services and all this crazy stuff. I just want Evelyn to get over it. She tried to do something for your birthday while also acknowledging another cast member. Why is it okay for every other cast member to acknowledge Jen and Evelyn, but when it comes to Brandy, you have a problem with it? But Brandy told you, Jen's getting married, I was invited, but it's also your birthday, I want to acknowledge you. So the fact that Evelyn then chose to get upset, knowing that it was a split trip, just irked my soul. It just did. Shani said Denise trying to treat Jackie like Jackie is her age, and that ain't gonna work. It's not. It's not.
And that's, and this is what we're saying, like, what is your gripe? Because it has to be more than just, some trauma that you went through. Like, what you need to expand on that more. Because
I best express.
we don't understand you, ma'am. We don't understand what you're doing. We don't understand what you're saying. Like, I'm just confused by her. I don't know what to really make of her.
Now, Evelyn and Jackie then talk, and because Evelyn feels like she needs to tell Jackie, woman to woman, about herself as a mother. This is the same Evelyn who found out how Jackie was as a mother and attacked her for it. But okay, Evelyn. So Jackie mentions Brandy telling her about how Evelyn has been discussing Jackie and Chantel's relationship. And Jackie keeps telling these women, and maybe Chantel needs to hear this too, but her mom has not done anything to her on this show. It sounds like if we actually pay attention to Jackie and come out of those biases that people have against her, Jackie has said consistently from the beginning of the show to where we're at now, I am not going to talk about my daughter when she's not present. Smart, because she knows her daughter's looking for a problem. So why even put yourself in a situation where you have to talk about her? She also said, I don't want people to feel like, or Shani to feel like, I'm being overbearing, and that if she has a problem, then Jackie's going to step in. So Jackie said, I'm going to let Chantel handle her own things. As Chantel said, I'm 31 years old. Okay. You 31, then you should be able to handle your own arguments. There also came out that there was some sort of an agreement that Chantel and Jackie wouldn't do certain stuff, behave a certain way or whatever on camera. Jackie has been trying to explain to the women and her daughter, I'm respecting your boundary. We're not going to do this on camera. And I don't want to discuss my daughter and our relationship. If anybody else, right? And I'm sure we all know some people who we think are great parents who are probably the worst. But in the real world, if someone is having a bad relationship with their child, and you know one or the other, you are not going to go and then get involved in family issues. You're not going to insert and offer an opinion if that person has not brought it up to you. Now, if Chantel's bringing it up to them, it's okay for them to have an opinion, give advice, voice how they feel to Chantel. But when you start to then treat Jackie incorrectly just because of what you're hearing, and then you're mad that she won't talk to you, that's stupid. If someone doesn't want to talk to you about their family business, respect it. And if someone else in the family wants to talk about it, that's fine, respect it. But just because one is okay with it doesn't mean that you can force the other to do it. So I need for this group to understand that, because I'm getting sick of the back and forths between them. I knew that this would be the whole storyline, the whole season, because they ain't got shit else to show us, as quiet as it's kept. And Jackie even politely asked Evelyn to please stay out the business with her daughter. Evelyn didn't respect this, so Jackie stood up and walked away. Because I think these women expect Jackie to flip out and go crazy. That's what Shani and her bottom bitch wanted by casting Chantel for this show. And it's kind of sad that Chantel does not see that while she's so focused on getting vengeance against her mama, that she's being used as a pawn, literally just for the purpose of her mama going crazy, because her mama is the show. So I'm like, maybe I'm off, but I'm sick of it. And Jackie should have walked away. So James, how do you feel about Jackie and Evelyn's talk?
I feel like, once again, this doesn't make sense on Evelyn's part at all, because you went through this before. Why are you doing this again, just with a different child? Like, I don't understand you, ma'am. After she almost beat your ass in front of that restaurant that first time, you would have thought you would have stood clear from her. Because Shani can't protect you this time from this. Mm-hmm. And if I was Jackie, I would have jumped up and we would have had a nice time. And I probably would have went to jail. Just saying. And I'm not even a violent person. So there's only
funny because Evelyn's daughters even mentioned. They said, Jackie said she actually cares about your daughter. What? Why is my daughter? Someone saying they care about your daughter and you mad, but you're questioning
her
her
parenting,
relationship with her daughter, her as a mother, and you expect her to just sit here and take it and receive it? Evelyn be full of shit. Full of
she
it.
do, and that's why I'm saying if it were me, she wouldn't get the opportunity to play with me like that. Like there's like, and this is not, and once again, it's not her first time doing this. This is not her first time doing this. Like Jackie has gave her umpteen times to say, "Hey, you're doing too much. Back off my children, please and thank you."
Yeah.
And then when
And
she came
honestly,
up to
if
you
we
about
go
her
back
daughter,
seasons ago when the whole stuff, I think the older daughter, Takari, whatever her name is, Evelyn and Jackie, when they made peace, Evelyn agreed not to meddle or get
not to
involved
meddle,
in her
yeah, she
family
sure did. Yeah.
stuff. So Evelyn, of anyone on this cast, should be silent and shutting the fuck up about Chantel and Jackie. It's Evelyn. And Chantel, I need you to go watch that episode too so you can remember and remind. Did y'all see that Takari talking about threatening legal action against her sister too? This is exactly why I said Shani was evil at the beginning of the season, because why the fuck would you cast these people and actually impact lives? But Shani is comfortable impacting the lives of others based on her church. Moving forward, y'all, Brandy has her event, and all the women are going to be there with the exception of Evelyn because Evelyn was not invited. Um, Ming has Ty has no issue with Ming. I think Ming is expecting it to be so much more.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm glad that Ty is just not giving her the energy. But we do get a little clip where we see Chantel calling and basically once again siding with ops. I don't trust no bitch that'll side with random people she just met over her mama, especially people who have publicly been trying to take down her mama for years. That is crazy to me. But Chantel calls. She heard what happened with her mom and Evelyn. And because of that, I guess she's not going to show up. Here's the thing. What does what happened between your mom and Evelyn have to do with your ability to show up? Your mama has done nothing to you. And Chantel saying that, she's making it seem like if her mom comes, it's a problem. Your mama's been willing to talk to you. You won't do it because you want to paint her out to be awful on camera. I almost want Jackie to just say, yes, I fucked up as a mom, so that Chantel can stop talking about this.
Okay, but here's the thing. Even if she does that, that's not going to change her behavior. That's not going to change. Because to me, and furthermore, I don't think Jackie is going to do that because I don't think Jackie did anything wrong. As far as like in her mind, I'm not saying I don't believe Jackie, was saint as a parent. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying in Jackie's mind, just like with Takari when that season happened, she made every excuse in the book of negating her behavior towards that daughter. When they were talking about you've made her taste vinegar to try to lose weight, she said, yes, my family drinks apple cider. You know how she gave that excuse, like apple cider vinegar, it's a great thing and stuff. And it was like, no, you don't give your child apple cider vinegar. You don't do that, Jackie. Like, that's not a healthy thing. That is actually something that can ruin her as she's developing. So that's terrible that you did that.
It's called
And
call your doctor and get your child a diet plan with their pediatrician.
exactly, if you feel that she is not in the way percentile that she needs to be in. Like there were other, like it was just things like that she would say. It was kind of like Jackie would make an excuse. So I feel like if that's what Chantel is looking for, she's not going to get it because her mom's going to make a million and one excuses of how her mothering was correct, as she did
And
with her
that's
oldest
why
brother.
Chantel knows that, though. If we can
Mm-hmm.
figure that out watching, then she knows it. So that's why I say, and she may not like me and can keep me blocked forever, go seek therapy so that you can find peace and acceptance and the ability to just accept this is how my mama is and this is what I have to do to move forward. But
Because
this is
coming on a
not the
reality
place.
show to exploit her and what may have happened to you as a child isn't the way to do it either. Like to me, I feel like Mrs. Best said, you needed to be in somebody's therapy's office. And if you wanted to parlay that into a reality show, there are plenty of reality shows out there where you could have done that.
If
Coming
she
on
was
your
even
mama,
behaving the way that she was this season, with a therapist and we got to see her with it, I think people would have received Chantel better. But to just be behaving this way to behave this way, I don't have time. She's grown, she has access. Go do the right thing. Um Moving forward, you guys, Jackie, Jennifer, Denise, and the rest of the group arrive. And Denise walks in and refuses to talk to Jackie because she has no storyline and this is her only way to be relevant. And I won't accept anything else from anybody else about it. Do you agree, James? Do you disagree?
No, I'm with you.
Because, girl, it's weird. Like, Brittany Renner isn't even this upset. Chantel's not even giving this bad of energy. Like, do like Chantel, Miss Denise. Please do like Chantel. So, Jackie or Brandy brings up while everybody's eating at the table, the people who didn't show up and the reasons why. And when Chantel comes up, Jackie starts talking. They kept talking about Chantel. Jackie made it very clear, don't talk about my child. I don't want to talk about it in the space of the group. And so Jackie calls her other son, Dougie, and is talking to him and doing all this weird stuff. And then Denise, because she has no storyline, says, ask it, are you still blocked? Ask if you can get unblocked. And I'm like, why are you happy that Chantel has her blocked? Like, I can understand people understanding Chantel's choice to not be around her mom, but to be happy that a mother and daughter have blocked each other or one has blocked the other is weird. It's very weird. It's very weird, Denise. You're not giving. You're just not. I hope you don't come back. So next thing we know, Ming jumps into the conversation and she tries to compare, she tries to compare Jackie asking questions about her 9-month situationship with Ty is just as bad and similar as them questioning Jackie about the tumultuous relationship with her daughter. Ming pissed me off when she tried to make that comparison because you cannot compare a 9-month situationship with a bitch who don't know if she's officially bi, playing with whoever's nearby, or truly a part of a community. You cannot compare a situationship of any sort of just 9 months. Y'all niggas didn't even make it to a year. You want to compare that to the lifetime relationship of a mother and daughter? See, if they had some hay or, maybe some bacon, maybe Ming would have run up in there scared that she would be fried up like her cousins, but I don't understand it. I get the point that Ming was trying to make, like if I look at the huge picture, but it doesn't apply here. And Jackie asks questions about your relationship after you and Ty brought it up. That's how conversations work. You say something, somebody else says something. Sometimes they have a question, you respond, you further the conversation. Ming is trying to make it seem like Jackie was just all up in their shit, when Jackie's been saying she wants y'all to be together. So I'm looking like, none of it makes sense. But Jackie explains again she's not going to have a conversation about her daughter with her daughter present. And the women look at her like she's a lost cause. But I'm like, she done told y'all, what does she have to spell it out in Arabic for Brit to pray over for y'all to get it? Like, stop bringing it up. She's not going to talk to you about it. I don't get it. But how'd you feel about that last scene with Ming and all them people getting into it?
Like you said, man, ain't mating season in your habitat right now? Like, don't you need to be doing something? Like, don't you, need to make piglets or something? Like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? Why would you come to this lady's event raising this kind of hell over some shit you ain't had in months? And they, quite frankly, don't even want you no more. That just does not make any sense whatsoever. And if I was Brandy, and y'all, I would cuss. No, I can't cuss y'all because I don't want that finance man not to use my seasonings at his restaurant. I don't know what I would do if I was Brandy.
Sit there looking lost the way that she did.
Yeah, I think that was the correct response because I would have been so embarrassed. Because here's this man trying to give me a chance, and here y'all is acting ignorant.
See, I cannot. I just can't. This episode was weird. I think it's time to wrap it up, Basketball Wives. For the season, we on episode 8. Not much has happened. If you subtract Jackie and Chantel from this friend group, what do we have to talk about? Because Jen and Christian are not interesting. Jen has a history of dating scammers and shady people. The guy with the hips and his murder for hire plot, that's more interesting, unfortunately, than Christian's whatever he's allegedly doing. Shawnee and Evelyn are useless. I just think it's time to wrap it up. But, you know, until they do, we'll be here recapping it weekly.
Right.
Exactly. And Shani said, this is when that statement, stay in the child's place, needs to be said to Denise. It does. It does. It absolutely does.
I need more of her backstory at this point.
Denise?
I need more. Yeah. I need more of her. If y'all must and will thrust her up in our faces like this, I need more of her backstory. Where is her baby's father? You know, aside from him being with the other young lady, where is, you know, what is her story? How did she get where she is? What does she do for a living?
Yeah, we don't really know much.
We don't know nothing about her other than she wants to start bullshit with Jackie over Chantel's crazy ass. What else can we know about her? Were you in a relationship? Were you engaged? Because it says it's the ex-girlfriend of Lonzo Ball. Okay, what's your relationship like with him now? Does he come and get his child? Does he pay his child support? Do you get a check? What is the situation? I'm nosy. I want to know now.
Right. She's not going to show us. She's not. Shawnee O'Neal needs to take the time and allow production to do what production does, because her having so much of a say-so in the show doesn't help. But we are going to head into our next live, which will be for our Bravo show, The Valley. I do appreciate everybody for supporting us, liking the video, watching our videos, all of that. I do want to hear you guys' opinions on how this season's gone so far, so feel free to comment. The link to James's channel, it's in the description of the video. We will be back on his channel over the weekend for, what are we doing on your channel?
So this weekend is a holiday weekend. I don't have any live scheduled. After tomorrow. Right. Yes, I don't have any live schedules for this weekend. If I do go live, I'll probably do an unpopular. Well, no, I'm going to wait for that one. I'm going to wait because Shayna will be out of town. So I was going to wait for you and Shayna. I want to talk about Real Housewives of Atlanta and most of all, Phaedra's interview with Jason Lee. So I want to kind of do that. So we'll do that another time. I'll find something for us to do this weekend. So just be on the lookout for my channel. We'll find something.
Okie dokie. Sounds good. But for now, we'll head over to the Valley, you guys. Thank you for being here. Thank you, James. And we'll see y'all next week.
See ya.